Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, where geeks come to geek out. As always, I am your host, T, and I would like to welcome you back to our mystical world of mythos and logos and a whole lot of tomfoolery that doesn't make sense, but in this reality we exist in, makes sense.
He said mystical.
He said Tom. There's not even a Tom here.
If this is your first time here, don't expect any more professionalism than this, because
We can only apologize.
Well,
even at late 20s and early 30s, this is the best of who we are on a professional level.
Why you gotta specifically create an age bracket for me?
Because I was going to say 30s, and I realized, I've got 3 years before I'm in that bracket, so I needed to differentiate between the two.
Why couldn't you just say, like, even into adulthood, even into 20 plus, you know? Like,
Boser, I feel like our viewers would more readily believe that I'm older than you.
which I appreciate. Let me know in the chat, because I'm curious now. But joke's on them. I've got like 10 years on you.
I don't think it's that much. I think it's
20?
I think it's like maybe 4, if that.
No.
Yeah.
No way. You were younger as a kid, I swear.
You were, yeah, that's generally how being a child works. You're younger then, and then you're older when you're older. The age difference was
bigger when you were a kid.
It just seems that way. Because I'm pretty sure you were still in high school when I started.
Started high school?
I think so.
No.
We're not too far behind. It doesn't matter.
No, I remember chasing you and your brother around the halls, and like you were nowhere near middle school.
I was a very small middle schooler.
Anyway, we got way off track.
Yeah, we did.
What are we doing?
We are playing a beautiful game called City of Mist. If you do not know City of Mist, let me fill you in. City of Mist is a 2d6 based system based off Powered by the Apocalypse. It is a TTRPG based around narrative storytelling as compared to combat. If you were here last week, some combat did happen because sometimes combat is fun to do. However, this is a game based around affect and effect. If you do not know what that means, affect is the setup, effect is the result.
Google it, you dumbass.
And I'm Jeff Sitz.
If you are coming in for the first time for City of Mist, do not feel like you cannot stay and enjoy. You can always go back and catch our catalog on YouTube for the video on demand. If you prefer the audio experience, which I gotta say we do a pretty good job at with some pretty great character voices from them, not me, you can catch that on anywhere you collect your podcasts. As previously mentioned, my name is T. I am your master of ceremonies. I am the effect of this tale.
Me? Now me.
Mm-hmm.
I go. Hi. Hello. I'm Boser, and I am playing Dell, the sexy ass, big ass. Did I mention he's got a donk?
Nope.
Please don't. Please tell me that's not your character fact for the week.
Is he thick with 2 C's or 3 C's?
And a Q.
And a Q. God damn. Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon.
No, that's not my fun character fact.
It's canon
fun
now,
character
though.
fact is a few episodes ago we established that Dell really likes older movies, and even though he can't remember most of his life, he really grew to love older movies because when he was growing up in the Foundry, one of the things that he and some fellow foundlings would do is sneak into his local cinema. And in the old district, there is a Cineplex that shows exclusively older, like, art films and foreign films. And so he would sneak in with his bros, and they'd sit behind the screen. So he's only seen movies like Casablanca and Metropolis in reverse. and
like mirrored. That's incredible.
And especially Metropolis that had subtitles. Well, because it was a silent film.
Mm-hmm.
He has no idea what it's about. He just likes the pictures.
I really wish I could produce digital art faster, because that is such a great piece. That is truly a fantastic that is fantastic character fact.
I love it. That's amazing.
And if we're still in our t-shirt design contest, maybe y'all want to design it. But I'm not sure if this is within the guidelines of
10, 11. This is the last episode. So on Monday, the t-shirt contest comes to a close.
Great.
Gotcha.
So y'all still have time. Submit it. You can find the link on our website. Click the bit.ly link. It's unlabeled. It just says bit.ly, but that goes to the
professionalism.
Contest. And somebody's going to do command contest right now.
By the time this episode comes out, you've got 4 days.
Get the fuck up on it. I don't know about you guys. I always produce my best work in a panic, so I mean...
Yes, if I've got time, I'm not doing shit.
That's
if
why
I've got tomorrow, it's getting done. It's getting done well.
That's why I never come up with a character fact ahead of time.
They always get annoyed with me, though.
And I'm Jeff Sitz again. I'm playing Andresj, or the Broker. At this point, we kind of know who both are and how they kind of play off of each other, if you've been watching along or listening along with us. But I don't remember. Have we established that Andresj grew up in the Neon Pillars district?
No. The only thing you have established is that parents are still alive in Pandora, and he had a younger brother, but he passed away before the mist.
I forgot about that part.
So, but Andresj grew up in the Neon Pillars district, and that's kind of been their stomping grounds, their home, since they can remember. Maybe their parents moved in there, like moved to Pandora when Andresj was like really, really young or something. But Andresj only remembers the Neon Pillars. I had something to expand on that with, actually. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to clear the air right now. This is probably going to be a weird session because all three of us, maybe not so much T, but Boser and I are definitely not awake enough yet. So hopefully we'll wake up a bit
4 hours.
Nice,
You went up for 4 hours?
No, I only slept for 4 hours.
Oh.
But,
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I slept for a very normal amount of time, and I still just like, huh?
I need some extra vitamin C this morning, so
How about some vitamin D?
that too. I've got the sun right there. You like how I chopped down that innuendo real fast?
And then I almost made a D and a sun joke, but it's too early for that.
Ooh, Sunny D? Love that stuff.
Sky doesn't let me have Sunny D because it's fake orange juice.
Can you make someone an NPC with the mythos of Sunny D?
Absolutely.
But
No.
from the 90s commercials? Sunny D?
No. Make it the orangutan from the Tang commercials.
A mix of both. That he's got a split personality, and he goes between the Sunny D guy and the Tang orangutan.
But yeah, so Andresj grew up in the Neon Pillars to reel us back in. Has lived there their entire life. And yeah, I had something I wanted to expand off of that, but I guess we'll just keep it simple this week.
Fair enough.
Can I just remind us that it was 2 weeks ago that I had a friend watch this shit and say, this is 2 hours of solid content. Shout out to you, buddy. Thank you. It's all fallen off the rails since then.
We're really good at our jobs.
Some more than others, but...
You know, is it a job if you love what you do this
Exactly.
Is it a job if you don't get paid?
much? It's called slavery at that point. It's not slavery if you love what you do this much.
So what are we doing?
Hey, City of Mist, what's up?
Yeah.
Moving on.
I don't even know how to segue from that. So,
Right? Oh man.
apparently Boser
clarify-
endorses slavery. So,
No, to
anyways,
clarify, we
moving
love
on.
what we're doing, but we
hours.
don't get paid. So it's just like, I guess this is just a game.
That's what you call it.
Yeah, it's
Hobby.
just Saturday morning playtime.
My Saturday morning playtime looks very different.
Anyways, so if you were did not get to experience last week's episode, go ahead and go watch that now. We're just gonna sit here and wait.
For 2 hours.
All right, now that you've got that taken care of,
You saw the important parts. The last 10 seconds.
Pause the stream or podcast or VOD here. Go watch it, and then unpause when you're done.
we will be here regardless. You go through all 26 hours of content we have at the moment to get caught up to this point. We will be here waiting.
And that's all we can afford.
So last time there was a there was a lot going on the last couple of sessions, but two big things happened. You guys did manage to save Mikey. You found him in a little hidey hole inside of Cole's hideout. You found a video letting you know that Cole understood that he was being targeted and did what he could to protect his family to the best of his ability.
As much as I wanted to hate him, he's a good guy.
And then you also got to meet his handler, unofficially resign and go bring matters into her own hands, which stirred up a whole new aspect of her life that I bet she was not prepared for, as she awakened in a fight against the leader of the Daywalkers, an individual that I believe only the broker knows the name of. But is in actuality the vessel for Scarlet Witch herself. So it was a 2v1 between Little Red Riding Hood and an unknown.
Little Red Riding Hood?
Oh, the beast, or like the wolf.
Cool!
Yeah.
Am I not doing a good enough job, like leading my breadcrumbs into what everything
I'm
is?
just that stupid.
No, I mean,
I'm
I
just
would-
that dumb. It's not you, it's me.
I would say the breadcrumbs were fine. Like, red hair turns into a beast. Like, there's not a ton to go off of there. I feel like just saying, oh yeah, that's definitely the Little Red Riding Hood mythos is a bit of a jump. But no, like, it's one of those things where now that you say it, looking back, it's like, that clicks.
That clicks. So cool.
Damn, they're
Dell
gonna
is
get real
definitely
shocked
coming
when they
after
find out the mythos of the of our other individual there. But so if you
Tara
are
from Avatar.
Actually,
so if you are caught up in pop culture in any aspect of it, you have seen Doctor Strange 2, fucking something of madness. Multiverse of Madness, thank you. Which heavily influenced what Scarlet Witch just did here, which was destroy reality.
Oh! We're only on episode 12, y'all.
Correct. And now I'm sure you're curious, like, oh no, how do we continue playing this game when reality has been destroyed?
We
But
don't.
better off, but what do you do when only one of your main characters chooses to be saved and the other one's like, fuck this shit, I'm out, bitch. And that's what we're going to find out today.
I am also excited to find out what happens.
I'm cushy in the end, y'all, so let's cut to Jeff says he's being obliterated by...
And that's actually what we're going to do, because typically I ask the guys who wants to do a voiceover, and if neither of them are interested, I do one. However, we're going to play a game called Jeff Sits Improvs. And Jeff Sits, I would like to know the broker's voiceover as he watches reality splinter and shatter before him. Because I feel like That's a terrifying thing, to watch reality shatter and then exist into nothingness. So I'm curious, what was the broker thinking in his final moments there?
As the portal disappears from behind the broker and the two agents of the inn, the men in black, because I still don't know what the inn is. I just know these figures as the men in black that I'm trying to hunt down and capture one of them so that I can utilize some of their mist powers. So as these two disappear back into the mist, into their portal that they created in my stronghold, trying to offer me help, and I turn back to my cameras and see this one go off, this one go off, this one go off. And not just like shut down and no feed. I watch as the feed shatters, twists in, and fades to black as there is nothing for the cameras to capture anymore. There is no light, there is nothing for it to look at. And as the broker is seeing this happen and realizes their folly in not accepting a hand of aid when it was offered so readily, the mask of the broker fades away a little bit, and now Andresj is looking across all of this. And as they are watching the city shatter and be obliterated around them, another voice, kind of their own, kind of their mythos, chimes in. I am now looking into the abyss. And sure, it may seem like nothingness, but there's only one way to tell what is beyond this barrier. What knowledge may be there in the vast emptiness, in the nothingness that exists after life.
So, who would like to take our first scene?
I'm curious both ways, but I'm really more curious what happens to Andresj right now.
Okay. Are you okay with that, Jeff Sitz?
Sure.
Okay. How do I follow up with Jeff Sitz's verbal poetry? I don't fucking know. I also don't know why I said verbal poetry, because I just said the same thing twice. Anyways.
With Jeff Sitz, it's all poetry.
Correct. As Jeff Sitz poignantly pointed out, he is standing, not standing,
Pause.
existing.
When Jeff Sitz speak, you guys ever read a Thor comic? Do you know how when Thor speaks, his speech bubble is in different fonts? That's how I picture when Jeff Sitz speaks. He speaks in like a Gaelic font. Anyway, so you've been splittered into 1,000 pieces. Go.
Millions and billions of pieces scattered across the stars, and I guess there are no stars anymore. The abyss that is now just empty space.
Correct.
And Andresj is, like, as the last fragments of consciousness are fading away, Andresj is just trying to, like, throw ley lines across each piece over these billions and billions of light years now, and trying to keep track of these thoughts that are now so far apart that it takes longer than light can travel for them to reach each other.
So as you are existing, for lack of a better term, it's hard to conceptualize verbally what nothingness is. A lot of people construe the idea of the abyss just being blackness, but it's not blackness, because blackness is something. You are truly in nothingness. And that's a hard thing to conceptualize, as I'm assuming Andresj is having a hard time really kind of piecing together what is happening in this moment, because the only thing you are feeling is
notes and notes and notes and notes and notes.
We
Empty.
can't see that. Oh.
Well, just the pages are just full of notes and spider webs and everything, and now I'm just like, all right, fresh start. Empty pages. It's very poetic right now.
You hear a familiar voice in the back of your head. This doesn't seem right. I've danced in this arena before, and this is not like that once was.
I can imagine nothing is different from death.
And as you were sitting there communicating, you feel a familiar force as something begins to exist before you. You see roots begin to appear out of nothingness and shoot in multiple directions, as before you, in almost a blinding glow, you see a tree begin to form in this nothingness. You see Yggdrasil spring back to life because a reality was destroyed. But as Andresj may know in his coexistence of Odin's son, that there is more than one realm, meaning more than one reality. And as you are looking upon Yggdrasil, trying to grasp the sheer vastness of what is before you, you begin to count. Midgard is splintered, but you see Alfheim, you see Asgard, you count 9 realms, 10 realms. That's not right. There's no 10th realm. There's never been a 10th realm. But there's something familiar about this 10th realm, something that you were investigating not long ago. As you float before this realm, you find yourself looking into an obscure portal of a farm. You now have a single house sitting in a vast nothingness, very similar to Courage the Cowardly Dog. But this house is familiar because, again, you were researching this very recently, as you recognize on the letters on the side of the mailbox that read Averdelius.
Averdeliai.
Sorry, correct, Averdeliai. It is a long, dusty road leading to a typical 2-story farm home covered in dust. You see the wind echoing off of nothingness as it is flowing uninterrupted, as you feel Odin pull away. And he pulls away into the point where he leaves you and is now standing before you. What is this?
I was hoping you would have some answers. But if neither of us do, well, then that means that there are some answers that we don't have yet.
And you see Odin smirk.
Time to go get some more wealth.
That's a good way to put that. And as Andresj, I'm assuming, steps forward into the portal, Andresj steps through, and as you look back to see Odin joining you, Odin is blocked. Odin is unable to proceed through the portal, and you now see a confused and angry Odin punching at whatever is prohibiting him from stepping through.
This is why we have both of us, though, isn't it?
Oh,
You
fear
gather knowledge.
not. You won't need him by the time you and I finish communicating. As a voice echoes through the wind and causes goosebumps to splinter throughout your body as the hair stands on the back of your neck as you feel discomfort as this voice reigns throughout around you.
Whatever knowledge I gather will be yours as well. And then Andresj turns to look over the farmland and step further into this space.
And as you step further, there is nothing but tumbleweeds and dirt. As you make your way into Cornelius's childhood home, you find the front door is unlocked. And as you enter the home, you can tell the home has not been lived in close to a decade. Dust has covered everything. Cobwebs are home to dozens and dozens of spiders in every home, or in every corner of the home. But in the living room, you find a finely dressed individual sitting on the couch, staring at nothing. And let me... I gotta pull up something here so I can give you an accurate description.
On the way up to just adding flavor text to the walk up and into the house, in the dust, on the ground, in the dirt on the ground, and if there is like, I'm assuming from the description there's like a layer of dust across almost everything on this house. So yeah, Andresj is like using their toe to scratch sigils, like a sigil in the ground, not necessarily meaning anything and almost doing it subconsciously, but kind of letting what knowledge they've gathered from Odin, just sigil of pathfinding, sigil of protection. Again, subconsciously doing it as a way to try and steal their own mind for what's coming.
I like it. As you enter this into the foyer of the room, the sitting room of the house, there before you sits a finely dressed individual. He's got black, what are the pointy shoes called? The fancy shoes? Wingtips.
Oh, okay.
Met with a pure white suit with a blood red shirt underneath. But the body is what confuses you, because you see a humanoid individual, but they don't have defining features. They're more of a nebula of galaxies swirling and colliding and clashing and expanding endlessly. As you look upon this individual with a sense of overwhelming misunderstanding, as they stand and present themselves in an opening manner, which I'm sure might be a little difficult to interpret with the lack of any type of facial features to help present themselves. But this individual stands before you with their arms open wide. Welcome.
Andresj will step forward and won't embrace them or anything, but like get uncomfortably close as they're staring into the body, just like doing the wealth of knowledge I can only imagine you hold.
Is this too much? Would you like me to take a familiar form?
No. This feels proper.
I've been watching you for quite some time, and I feel a connection with you. You remind me so much of myself, and as I observe, I find so much enjoyment watching you maneuver the way you do.
Then I feel as if you have me at a disadvantage.
Correct.
You seem to know me, but I regret to say that I have no idea who you are.
And unfortunately, that is the way it will have to be, which I know is a problem because it's not a great way to establish trust between two individuals. I don't have a name. I exist within and beyond and with and without. I've spent so much time here, I've never figured out how to be one of you.
Names are fickle and arbitrary anyway. They can change on a dime.
Exactly.
Is there anything that you use to reference yourself as?
See, that's difficult because some idolize me without knowing. A great number fear me. I have been hunted, I have been praised, I have gone by a great many. I thought this would go better. And I can only blame myself because obviously you're simply here and I am the host. You can call me 3.
3.
And I know you are a inquisitive individual, and I know the last few moments have been quite a lot for you. So is there anything that I can assist you with in help easing this transition?
Transition to what, exactly?
You see, that's a good question, because there's a way for your reality to become whole again. However, as you are aware, knowing Odin's son himself, there's a game of tit for tat when it comes for this, and that sounds aggressive. That sounds like I'm intending to use you, and I can only assure you to the best of my ability that is not the case. But I can't help from here. I can only help from there.
So what would the trade be?
Really, it's... Man, I don't know how to say this without coming off as demanding or demeaning, because I have great respect for Odin's. He is... The Allfather is truly one of my great... Well, let's not venture down that path. I need a host. And I know that is a massive ask because of your connection with Odin himself. However...
So, I get rid of one myth and take on another?
Correct.
There's a saying, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't.
I like that a lot. And you see them pat themselves down for a small notebook as they find a small little book. As they open it up, and as they fan open the pages seem to run at an infinite as the small tiny breast book opens up into an endless amount of page swirling as wind begins to pick up dust as the pages open up to the most recent as he jots down your statement.
So, in order for me to think about accepting this offer, I need something.
Of course, please take a seat. Let us communicate. Let us discourse. Let us get to know each other to see if this is something that you feel is a suitable idea for you.
No. Very well. As Andresj sits down in the chair that I'm assuming this being just materialized behind me.
Absolutely. And they sit before you back on the dust-covered chair, but as you see them sit down, they don't seem to interact with the sofa. There is no indentation.
Right.
Dust does not rise and become displaced.
Do you have any tea?
Ooh, yes. As they swirl their finger, a contraption very similar to Dell's appears. I hope I'm not being too forward. Again, I've been observing you for so long, and I was hoping this bridges some level of trust between the two of us.
Patent pending, copyright, trademark. I'm suing.
As the spider cart comes to you and begins brewing.
As long as you give credit where credit is due, as Andresj picks up the cup of tea.
Alternate dimensions do not break trademark laws, copyrights, DCMA.
Dell is a
treasure.
As he looks around, one of my favorites.
Finally, somebody in the dimensions.
He's
a lot,
unique.
Yes. Unique, that is a beautiful way to describe them.
And his particular brand of life is refreshing.
I would agree. Your existence, I have a hard time relating to understand the emotions that you all feel. But as my time here, I believe I have a grasp of the concept. What do you call the city? Pandora?
Yes.
That's such a fitting name. It's majestic. It's poetic. It's a fantastic description to explain this reality, because you can't even call it. Have you always called it home? Because I feel like home is a difficult thing to claim if there's such a disturbance constantly.
You learn to live with the changing tides.
You are, as they go back through their journal, as the pages begin to flip back open again, as they continue to make more notes.
I do the same thing with Jeff sits. I literally just wrote down something you said because I liked it a lot.
The chaos is what ends up making you stronger in the end. If things stagnate for too long, it means that weakness thrives. Whereas if things are constantly changing, constantly evolving, then we, maybe not us as individuals, but we as a whole come out stronger.
Very well put, but please do not let me ramble on. As my goal here is to establish a level of connection between the two of us. What questions could I answer for you to give you some level of ease, some level of comfort, some level of...
What do you want? Is it just the experience of emotions of what life might be?
I want to exist. I want to feel. Yes. I've been here for so long, and your world seems so beautiful. And again, from an outside perspective, obviously the outside in, the grass is always greener, and I can create as they spin their hand, as you see a galaxy just a form in the palm of their hand as it quickly dissipates as they close their fist. There's just something about this creation that seems magnetic.
How long have you been watching?
You or
The city.
well, the city, I think according to your how do you people track time? Years,
Rotations
I believe.
around the sun. Yes.
That's was quite a as I watching that observation become the reality that you guys timed. That I thought that was simply beautiful. So yeah, I have been watching Pandora for about 8 years now. Before that, I watched Pompeii for a chunk of time. I watched Atlantis. I've watched. It gets lonely here. I've watched a lot for.
Oh God, we are doomed.
Is yes an acceptable answer? Because I don't know how to quantify.
It suffices. What connection do you feel to me? Just that want for knowledge?
The way you move through society is intoxicating. Andresj, the broker, the martial artist, the humanitarian, you stand out so much more than the other residents do. Throughout time, I have observed all of the greats, but you just speak to me in a way that I can't explain. I feel so much closer to you than anyone that I have experienced before.
Strangely enough, that's how FGBG community feels about all of Jess's characters. It's not fair.
Then, what do you offer? If we're looking at this purely as a transaction,
Absolutely.
then what do you bring to the table? Not that I doubt it's valuable.
Oh, no.
I would just like a clarification of what you are laying down.
Infinity. There is not anything that I cannot provide to you. And again, I would like to caveat this by saying I have no qualms against Odin. I am not trying to pitch you against the two of us. I understand the correlation that you and he share in your quest for knowledge, and I find it incredibly admirable. I just would also like to experience as well, and I feel that you are the perfect rift in order. That's what you call it, correct? I'm trying to use your vernacular so we can find a common ground with my overarching existence and your current. I don't mean to sound condescending. I'm just trying to relate to you on a personal level.
Rifts is the word that we use at this time, yes.
I can offer you anything that you can mentally conceive.
And again, strictly looking at this as a transaction for this conversation, What is what I'm laying down? My connection to Odin?
Yes, that is what you would need to forego for this to venture forward. And again, I understand that that is a mighty ask. Is there anything that I can do for you to show you the scope of my abilities?
Show me where Dell is.
Fair enough. As you see them wipe their hand accordingly into nothing, as you see the dust that was raised shift into a swaying portal, as you see Dell standing in the...
Sorry, I want to actually get a really strong focus on the imagery of this portal. He waves his hand, dust starts forming around. Is this like a gray mist? Is this a purple mist? Is it just dust creating?
It's just dust creating.
Okay.
So more or less, like the grains.
I forgot I was here. I'm just watching this fucking movie.
Imagine as every grain of dust, every grain of Dan, every grain of Surt is the pixel in the portal that you are watching at this moment, as it is swirling and forming. Dell, as he stands before you, kicked up in a chair in an interrogation room.
Is Dell... So is this like a window that I'm looking through that the sand, dirt, and dust is creating a two-dimensional picture? Or is the dust, dirt, and sand creating a three-dimensional representation?
Three-dimensional representation.
That's so cool!
Bye, Odin! Yeet!
Andresj.
Dell, you're back in an interrogation room. And you didn't get really much description. You were grabbed. You were offered an escape from the inn once again. Obviously, you accepted, as we saw in the previous episode. But they brought you just straight to the interrogation room. They haven't told you much other than just be patient. We'll be back with you as soon as a lot is going on. We'll be back as soon as we can.
So I'm alone?
So you are alone. You've got... There's a drink cart. There is a small food cart. So you're not sitting here just empty.
Good, they fed and watered me.
Correct. There's a harmonica on the table if you would like some musical accompaniment.
New fun fact about Dell. Oh, you need two hands.
Not necessarily.
Nah.
Not necessarily, because I learned to play while driving in the traffic of Chicago. Yes, Boser plays harmonica.
Amazing.
But you can't warble.
I would imagine Dell would have found a way to like hold it with his finger, like his thumb and his two fingers here, and then warble with his pinky.
You need to cut the whole thing.
Oh, I see.
The thing. Like that's how the vibratos.
No. Sorry. Is Dell not capable of creating a little mechanical flap that he can just press with his pinky that just makes the entire thing warble?
Maybe.
Like a whammy bar for a guitar?
Shit!
You just have like a little piece of copper or whatever, like, or brass that goes across the entire thing, and when you press down on it, it closes it slightly so that it just creates a little cup around it.
Listen, don't do my job better than I can. It's embarrassing in front of the chat. Okay?
I mean, Boser, that is such a great idea that you texted me thinking about earlier today.
Just now. Wow, what a coincidence. Anyway,
Editing note, I would like to cue harmonic music here, please and thank you, moving forward.
I'm looking because I used to have my harmonicas down here for some reason.
On a personal level, can you teach me to play harmonica? Because that is one thing I've always wanted to do, and I can't figure out how to fucking do it myself. So,
yes,
anyways.
It's not hard. I learned from a book from Barnes & Noble.
Nice.
Because I was bored in traffic a lot in Chicago. Shit. How long have I been in this room?
There's no clocks, obviously, but Dell has been there for an annoying amount of time.
So, like, 2 minutes.
Right. Dell is a 7. So I'm like kicking my feet up and like backing, like tipping the chair.
Yep.
Slamming it down, tipping the chair, slamming it down, tipping the chair, slamming it down. Oh, sorry. Tipping the chair, slamming it down. And then I get up and I pace around the room and I knock on the window. Hello? Y'all, if I thought that saving my ass would be this boring, I'd probably just gone with Oblivion, but I go to the drink cart.
Whatever you want it to be, because remember, you also warp this reality at the same time I do.
I can't imagine the inn would supply me readily with alcohol.
Are
But
you not an ally of the inn at this point?
In an interrogation room, locked, they're gonna give basically a prisoner just alcohol, but T said it. So, I go to kind of a utilitarian looking black and steel cart. Just curious, and I open the door and I see a ready stock of gin, whiskey, vodka,
All
rum.
house, though. It is a government
Oh, yeah.
organization, so the funding isn't great.
And it's just marked. It's no brands. It just has like a black label with white text: gin, vodka, rum, whiskey.
Amazing.
Better than nothing. If I'm gonna be bored, might as well be bored in the house drunk. And I grab a glass, little tumbler, pour me a neat double of some whiskey. Not with 2 hands. I set it down. I'm usually pretty good about that. Today I'm not. And I throw it back because I got some catching up to do. Because I just saw my reality destroyed. I throw that back. Not as smooth as the shit I left outside Tanya. Hope she's okay. Here's to you, Tanya. Pour another double and... do I look around? Are there any cameras?
No.
Okay. I go back to the window. Thank you, by the way. Anybody want to explain what the fuck just happened? Or is that just a normal Thursday for y'all? Boy, I'd give my left arm to know what just happened. Any takers? That was for you, Spence. I made one for you. That doesn't count, by the way. You still got one more in you for the end of this story. The door is locked.
I don't know. Check it.
I have not been sitting here for minutes and not checked if the door is locked.
Yes, the door is locked.
Okay, I'm like, come on. Give Dell more respect than that. Nah, fuck it. I throw back that one too. It does not get better a second time. And I grab the chair and I attempt to use my mist to fashion it into a key or a pick of some sort.
All right,
Does my
go
mist
ahead
work
and
here?
roll change the game.
Sweet. Oh, I didn't use anything again. 7. Still succeeds, kind of.
Barely.
On the hit, juice equals power. You didn't use power, so you don't get juice.
I'm like in D&D mindset for some reason. I forget how this whole game works. 12 episodes in.
Yeah, that's all right. It happened. You form a bit of a skeleton key.
Okay. Well, let's hope we are in a Victorian era. And I stick it in the hole, turn the key.
And it seems to just continue to turn.
That's not how that works. And I'm just going to keep turning it a lot to one direction.
And it just continues to turn.
Is it unlocked?
Nope. But as you are turning the key, you do feel the door get pushed open as you kind of stumble backwards. What the hell are you doing? We told you we'd be right back.
That was hours ago.
Reality has ended. Do you really think you are more important than reality coming undone?
I was worth saving my ass, so yeah. Kinda.
Yeah, but there's others that need to be saved. There's work that needs to be done. There's paperwork that needs to be filed.
Who am I talking to right now?
Just a random agent.
Oh.
Rank and file.
Yes.
Right, but why do you have to keep me in this prison? Fully stocked bar.
As they pull open a folder. Well, you went into the back rooms the last time you were here, so you are not allowed to walk around, unfortunately.
It's for your own protection.
Listen, I hear you.
I mean, I can roll in a TV or something if you want something to, like... Is there anything else? Do you want, like, a pegboard for, like, Cracker Barrel where you jump? I don't know what you find, like, in...
How did you know I love that game?
I don't know what you, like, find. Like, just let me know what you can do. We can bring you to, like, bide your time, but, like...
I really just want to know what's going on in the shattered reality. And
that's what we are trying to determine at the moment.
Where's Harry?
That's a good question. I don't know right now.
Wait, for real?
No, you see, like, and as you look outside the door, you see a black alarm is rotating around. That's not a good color. So, like, everything's kind of, like, in disarray right now as we're all trying to, like, figure all this shit out. So, genuinely, I also would like answers. I just don't have them at the moment.
Yeah, I'm good at finding out answers. Yeah, I can help.
I
to work.
I believe that, but again, you're not allowed to walk around.
I'll be good. Last time I got sucked here, no one told me shit, didn't give me shit. I'm good now. I'll be good. I promise. I'll behave.
I'd say Pinky promised me, but you already lost one arm, so if I take your Pinky, then you're kind of even more disabled, and I feel like that would be wrong.
Is that how a Pinky promise works? I give you my Pinky?
Yeah, if you break a Pinky promise, you absolutely give up your Pinky.
This dude's Yakuza.
That means I got a lot more to lose, which means I'm not going to break it.
Oh, fucking Christ. Hold on, let me go get you fucking activated, as he turns away and shuts the door behind you.
I'm about to get activated. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I go back to the bar, pour me another double.
I want to try something as
you're watching all this?
Yeah. Is there any way you could... Are you able to reach that room 3?
You want to follow this guy?
I would... Are you able to change something in the room?
Yeah. What do you want to change?
Just change that bottle on top of the tray to sake.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As you see him grab the 3D model and pick it up and just kind of throw it behind. And Dell, in real time, you watch a bottle before you get thrown up and then just disappear as another bottle of sake gets brought down and set down before you.
And if possible, just it's the same sake that Dell and Andresj shared.
Oh, sorry, I just grabbed my favorite, my bad. And he picks it up and throws it back again, and pulls out another one and sets it down. And Dell, you recognize it's the bottle of sake from...
I've got it written down, but quite a bit back.
I wrote it down too.
Nagusami Sano Ramen.
Nagusami Sano Ramen.
No, it was Genki something, because I can remember that.
The original was Genki, but I just realized, like, that's not a great name just because of the... Oh. I think it was, like, different meanings of the two together or whatever. And so went with the full Nagusami Sano Ramen.
Okay.
But yeah,
this place is haunted as hell.
Hopefully he just realizes that as he's not alone.
Yeah, hopefully.
I go up to the bottle, and I like try to pass my hand through it and realize that it has solidity. And I grab it. No. And I pour a little bit in a glass, set it down, and I cup it like Andresj taught me to. I butchered that completely. Apologize to any Japanese-speaking audience members.
Well, he's trying.
I'm going to be honest, that you two, I did not think would be the two to bond, but it's a good indication that not always typical pairings work so well together.
Opposites attract, so...
Yes, they do.
But... this is impressive. Andresj looks over their shoulder out the door. But I'm not one to hold on to relics if they have outlived their usefulness. And you seem far more capable of affect.
Well, thank you.
Observation and collecting knowledge can only go so far. It's the application of knowledge. And you... well, I can handle gathering knowledge. And it seems like you are very capable of putting it to application.
I have, how did you say it? Several revolutions around the sun of experience.
Several, I'm sure.
Two, we don't need to talk about age.
At least 3?
At least.
Well then, I don't know how you work. Whether it's a written up contract, a handshake.
A gentleman's agreement, but I am a man of honor and dignity. So would you like to say parting words to Odin?
I feel like that's only fair.
Yeah, would you like me to walk with you, or would you like to just come back when you're done speaking with them?
I'll come back.
I will be here waiting.
Andresj makes their way out of the house, across the dusty field towards the... was it a portal, a barrier, or just like a shattered hole? Or what was the entry point between this realm and where Odin was left?
Very similar to what you just experienced with 3 creating the 3D model of Dell. It's much like that, as it's this swirling involvement of
grains of dust, sand,
no mist
dirt.
Involvement in this.
So yeah, Andresj will walk up to it. Odin?
And at this point, Odin is angry as he's pacing back and forth before this portal. What did you determine? What is on the other side?
I have my theories, and as I promised, the knowledge that I gained will be yours as well.
Okay, so tell me.
I believe that the being in there may be some incarnation of the mist itself. that gives myths such as yours the ability to tether themselves to rifts such as me.
So what does that mean? Where do we do now?
Unfortunately for you.
And you see their demeanor change immediately.
I feel as though this is where we part ways.
You see, remind me the name of Odin's spear.
Ooh, that's one I don't know off the top of my head. Give me like 10 seconds though, as Andresj is still talking to Odin.
Gungnir.
Gotcha.
As you see Gungnir form before you, as Odin sheds his just cloak of humanity that he walks among, as you see Odin begin to don his battle armor, as you see Odin standing before you in the All-Father's glory, as he takes the spear of the heavens and attempts to stab you with it. But as the dagger pierces the portal, you see it disintegrate into mist. As you see the spear begin to plume, as then it begins dancing up their arm and then across their chest, and then not long until it's just Odin's head is looking at you. I do not forget, as you feel wind push the plume of purple smoke as Odin dissipates before you.
I wouldn't expect you to, and I hope the jaws of the great wolf are kind when they come down on you.
You just fucking broke up with your mythos, who is fucking Odin. How?
And Andresj will trace one last sigil in the dust at their feet. And this one will be less of a sigil, more of just a rune. A Nordic rune or a series that just kind of say, sorry. And they'll walk back to the house as the wind, the ever-blowing wind in this strange, barren wasteland, kind of blows the runes away.
And as you make your way back to the Averdilii estate, 3 is standing at the doorway, waiting for you. As the camera kind of pans to a walled-off view between the two of you, as 3 extends his hand across the barrier to meet yours.
Andresj will take hold of it while saying, "Now, men rarely have gentle agreements. But we have one here, yes?"
Correct.
Very well.
As
What
your
happens?
hands meet, you see a smirk cross 3's face as the realities that exist behind him kind of form a sly grin as his body turns to dust as it begins to dance up your arm and then dissipates into your skin. And 3 is no longer standing before you, but you now hear 3 inside of you. I feel like this is a obviously quite obvious question, but have you ever created a reality?
No. But I'm willing to try.
You are going to enjoy this immensely. As in an immediate panning of the Averdilii estate just swipes across the screen as Andresj, you are just standing in nothingness again outside of Yggdrasil, standing before Midgard. As you see, Midgard is no longer there because it's shattered and splintered and contorting inside of itself and repelling out and contorting back in. Before we begin reworking, is there anything you would like to change? Something that you didn't like that you would just simply alter to your whim?
No.
let us get to work then. As you feel your hands begin to move outside of your control, as Andresj's hands begin to swirl around Midgard as it begins to heal itself slowly but surely, as we see the reality of Pandora begin to form once again off a branch of Yggdrasil.
The mental image I have of this is like what used to be Midgard is just this swirling vortex of like all sorts of different things. And so the hands working and pushing things back into place, it's almost reminiscent of a potter like moving the clay around on a wheel, because everything is already moving around, and it's just like, it's not, in this particular case, it's not creating something out of nothing. All of this is still there, just kind of broken and shattered and a maelstrom. So it's just kind of firmly but gently pushing things back into place and fixing things, mending them back to the way that they should have been.
I like it. We do have to rewind time a touch. And the individual that broke reality must be taken care of now. I will not make a habit of taking control of your body, but I will need to take control for just a brief moment, if that is okay with you.
Very well.
As you feel yourself step into reality once again, you find Andresj standing in the broker's apartment. Your screens begin to turn back on. The gray portal that was once behind you opens and then closes once again as reality begins to rewind itself. Your day begins to go backwards as you step out of the rewinding time and begin walking across Pandora as you see it revolving backwards. You see cars driving backwards. You see people walking backwards. You see people coming back to reality, unaware of everything that just took place.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Oh, it's not that easy.
As you make your way to the Daywalkers, you see the three-way battle taking place. You see the Scarlet Witch in her full form begin to warp and manipulate as time resumes. You are now standing behind her as you feel yourself reach out and grab the back of their neck, which startles them. You feel them look back in fear as their neck cocks at an angle that it should not, as the body goes limp and falls to the ground. I will get you out of here, and then we can go, and we will go back to you doing and living your life as you see fit. But I do need to take this first. As you reach down once again, as the purple mist, as you've come to know, begins swirling off of the body of Donna Wilson. As her body lies in a heap, the mist begins to swirl up until it becomes encapsulated by a small vial, and it gets tucked into your jacket pocket. Would you like to go back to your apartment now, or would you like to go... I don't want to drop you here because obviously this is going to be a lot to have to explain. So where would you like to go to kind of resume where you were?
Andresj's apartment.
All right. As you see yourself snap your own fingers as you are back at Andresj's apartment, and you feel control come back to you.
And make sure that any indication of the broker is put away.
Yep.
And I will bring... Oh no, the feed of my Raven drones is offline at the moment with the wrist compartment thing, at least.
At the moment,
because that's what I was working on to get that back up and running. And Andresj will wait a bit to see if the inn's portal shows up again.
Okay. And as you're awaiting, nothing forms as you watch the clock, because obviously when reality shatters, you catch the final time before it comes to an end. And as you're watching the seconds tick up to that moment, waiting for the splintering to happen again, 4, 5, 6, as you feel reality begin to slow as you're waiting for that tick of 7, it hits, and nothing happens. 8, 9, 10, and you have made it back to where you were, to life continuing the way it was. And we're going to hard cut back to the inn. As Del, you hear another siren go off, and chaos begin to erupt even further as the agent that you were speaking with not long ago busts in and throws a badge at you. Level 1, base access. Just don't get yourself in trouble, as they run out the door, leaving the door wide open to you, as you see agent after agent begin running down the hallway.
Well, bad news for him. Trill's my strong suit. And I tuck that in my vest pocket, and I just start going towards where everyone else is running.
Could we do a quick break here, actually? I want to refill on water and honestly use the restroom so I don't feel like I'm bouncing up and down and unable to keep...
I gotta pee too.
And stay engaged and keep track of what's going on.
What the hell?
I know, I need like 5 minutes to decompress a little bit, because, oh my god.
You have to rework your entire character sheet. Your mythos just fucking changed.
Honestly, I don't know how much we're going to have to rework. I may just get a new mythos card, because I was 1 mythos and 3 logos. And I
really?
feel like the logos didn't really change too much here.
No, yeah.
And so, but yeah, we'll see what happens. For those of you watching, it'll be, again, as usual, like 5-10 seconds. But
it's time
we'll be
is
right
weird
back.
soup.
It's weird soup.
We're back! Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
I'm still not decompressed from that. Not at all. Not even a little bit. But we're gonna try and decompress over the course of this session, I guess.
But I got an oatmeal cream pie in me.
I bet you do.
And I peed. It's only been 10 minutes.
Yeah, oatmeal doesn't finish that fast.
Boser does. Anyways, so
Whoa!
We picked up as Del was running out of the interrogation room, following the agent, running down the hallway because a new alarm was taking place.
What color is it?
It is now a rotation between black and purple alarms going off.
Black and purple, black and purple, black and purple, black and purple.
And as you are making your way down the corridors, you see the agents are all falling in line inside of a conference room off to your right. I'm assuming Del kind of ducks in with...
He goes where the party's at.
But standing at the podium is Harry. Yes, the dogs are sitting on the stage next to them, kind of lounged and laying about. As you see Harry just... Oh, God, I gotta wake up for this. Don't know how. Don't know how to say it. He's managed to cross realities, and he is now here.
Holy fuck, you're the big bad now. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
We thought he was isolated. We thought he had no way. Somehow he is here. He is now in Pandora. And I do not have a fucking contingency plan for this.
Question from the back.
Why? What the fuck, Del?
Hi, yeah,
Who?
I'm allowed
No,
to be
who?
here?
Pause. No. Who? Now.
I just walk forward.
As he covers the mic to speak with you. Why the fuck? Who?
I don't know. Some
Who gave you the badge?
agent? I don't know.
Point them
his
out.
name. They all kind of look the same. They all got sunglasses.
I love how much Del is trying to protect this dude.
Snitches get stitches, bro.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Listen, I have a lot to offer. Okay, like
I know what you have to offer, and that's what I'm concerned about.
In a strictly professional manner, I can be of use. I'm here to help. Just catch me up like in 10 seconds.
You are on a very short leash.
That's just the way I like it.
Get back to the room, Del.
All right.
As you see his hair actually begin to erupt in flame.
Okay. So I go to the back of the room and like
Harry starts patting the top of his head. Yes,
I
Del.
still have a question from the back. Yeah. Who we talking about?
SCP-3812.
You're gonna need to be a little less vague about that.
He is he's a piece of shit. He's the worst. He created all of this and creates chaos for his own enjoyment. He will be the end of Pandora if we do not do anything about it.
When you say he created all this, do you mean the inn or
Everything. EVERYTHING.
like God?
Don't fucking fill his ego. Absolutely not. To answer your question, yes.
Like now lay me down to sleep kind of guy?
No, Jesus Christ, Del.
Exactly.
He's a problem. He's a problem that there is no solution for. There's no records of how he was put in captivity. We don't know how to get him back into captivity. But he cannot walk freely.
And he just came into Pandora.
As Harry turns around and pulls down on what was the projector screen as it swirls up. As you see a layout of Pandora, you see a bunch of purple dots spattered across the city. As you can realize, obviously those are mythos existing in Pandora. And down in the neon pillars is a big black swirling black hole, taking up a good chunk of the map.
And I take it that swirling vortex of doom is SCP. What was that number? SCP what?
3812.
Oh, good. I wrote it down. Right then. That's that. Do you have another name for him? That's what we call him.
3812.
All right.
Names are a dangerous thing, and he is not one to provide names because names give power, and he will not allow anybody to have power over him.
And does that mean if he has come into Pandora, does that mean he's
somehow a deal was brokered and he managed to cross realms? And if we do not stop him immediately, none of this shit matters.
Broker. That's an interesting term. The neon pillars, you said?
Yeah.
What? Sorry, it's my first day. I kind of missed training. You said none of this shit matters. What's the inn here for? That's probably question number one.
Jesus Christ. Who the fuck gave him a badge?
No, we can do this later. We can do that later. No, don't worry about it.
All right, Del, TLDR, the inn is required to keep the mist in check. We are not trying to get rid of it. We are not trying to make it more powerful. We are here to make sure it does not destroy reality.
Like that big hole in the map is doing right now.
Correct.
Cool. Okay. So, as an official agent of the inn, I show everyone the badge.
Somebody is getting fired. I need to make this very clear. As you see flame begin to jump in his hair again.
Listen, Daddy, I'm going to make you proud. Right?
As soon as you hear Daddy, you hear Burr begin to growl.
Okay, don't be jealous, buddy. I get it. So, what we all should be doing, right? I look around everybody, is trying to make that big black hole go away. So what are we standing around here for? Come on, y'all, let's get going. We can do this. All right? Pep talk.
They all look at you and then immediately go right back to Harry, who's just...
All right, I'm going to stop talking now. You do you.
Everybody just get out there, find as much intel as you can. I don't even know. I gotta make so many fucking phone calls. As you see Harry just turn from the podium and just walks through the map, opening a door, and then the dog's following behind him as he shuts it behind.
Isn't that what that new guy just said? He's not too far off.
Thank you. Thank you. But can someone show me how to open one of those holy things?
The agent that walks over and gave you a badge. You know the policy, don't ask, don't tell?
Yeah.
Don't
say gay. Yeah, I get it.
That's not what... You can absolutely be gay. Who told you you can't be gay here?
I thought you just did with that. Don't ask, don't tell.
No, I was asking you to not tell them that I was the one who gave you a badge.
Bro, I got you. Do you see the way that I did not tell him your name as if I even knew it? Like, I got you, buddy.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. Let's go to the armory real quick. Come on.
Okay.
As he begins to walk you down the hallways, bringing you to a small just cage with a single individual sitting on the other side. An older black man is sitting there, kind of sleeping, just... As the agent walks up and taps on the cage, waking him up from his slumber. What do you want? As the agent looks at you, he's like, yeah, I'm going to go now before people start piecing things together. Bye. As he ducks around the corner and walks away.
Looking at all the cool stuff back there, I show my badge. I would like to take that with me.
Oh, give me that. As he reaches through the cage and grabs your badge, bring... as we were, Officer Sampson reaches through and grabs your badge, brings it back through the cage as he starts typing on his keyboard. You're not in the system. Where'd you get this?
That must be a clerical error. I was given this when I finished training at the academy, and...
roll convince.
What are you talking about? I'm so convincing. I'm gonna use
Charming as hell.
charming as hell.
My favorite tag that you have.
Excuse me, it's charming as fuck.
Oh. Even better.
And can I use pity card?
No.
Break down defenses? It's not that kind of convincing.
Yeah, no.
All right.
So +1.
Charming as fuck. Here we go. 7.
I know things have changed. They haven't changed that much, but I mean, you've got a badge. So let me just grab you your starter shit. As the individual turns around, and the cage is quite literally big enough for themselves. But then you see their seat kind of skyrocket into the air as you look up and see the cage, while it is like a 5x5, just goes up into infinity. The chair comes back down. He slides your badge across the table. He slides a bracelet across the table, and he slides a gun across the table. here are your starters. Wave your hand, portal opens, load bullets into gun, pull trigger. Everything else you have to qualify for. So your field agent training officer will walk you through all that. But here are your.
Thank you. I know what all of these do because I went through training.
Sign here as he slides a clipboard across.
I cannot wait to see Dell disassemble this standard issue handgun and reassemble it into like the biggest fucking revolver ever. Even better.
Cornelius Everdelius the third. Thank you,
don't get killed.
Officer Sampson.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your service. You are a testament to the work that we do.
Dun dun dun. Where did I put the inn? The inn.
I slide the bracelet on. Grab the gun. Does it come with a holster?
No.
So I took it in the back of my pants.
The least official looking officer ever.
I'm like, oh God, with Nash Bridges. That's right. I grew up on Nash Bridges. 2000 ands. And I step outside that room and I look around to see if anybody else is around.
At the moment, I mean, there's agents kind of going back and forth between their offices and each other's offices trying to figure out what they're going to do with everything happening right now.
I just want to kind of tuck into a corridor, and it's going to be a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man moment. Go, Portal, go! Ha!
Up and away, Portal.
There it is. I was like, there's one more I can't remember. How does this
Go Gadget
work?
Portal.
Reminder, you create things in this universe. You tell me how to...
Oh! Hopefully it's not a two-handed system.
That's right. I was
But
really hoping Dell's...
gotcha.
This is so childish, but I was really hoping Dell's portal was a... and the portal just...
Somebody poke right here, please. Just literally anybody, just...
Why is that so much work?
Just, like, I get it's weird. Just quickly, just... Please, like, I need you to just put your finger in my hole.
Actually, on that though, sorry.
Century?
I think it'd be really cool if you do like a... and like that's how the portal
Mr.
opens
Birdman?
up is you just... Yeah, you just like do that and like pull it away and the portal starts to open up where you were looking.
Okay, canon. I'm like, after trying everything else, I'm like, and then all of a sudden it opens. I'm like, holy shit. This is going to be really embarrassing in public. And I'm thinking of my workshop.
Okay. Yeah.
Do this the whole time. So then I see a portal in gray mist.
Yep.
Into my workshop.
Yep. And as you are stepping through the portal, you hear an agent go, he just has to throw the portal. What is the... You know what? He'll figure it out as he goes. As the portal closes.
Dell just manages to get the one with the factory defect where it can't just throw out.
Damn Samson. I should not be allowed to have this, but I pull this gun out and I take it over to my workbench. And real quick, I want to like examine it to see, like, does it seem like a standard issue kind of gun?
Standard issue 9mm.
I'm gonna put that on a conveyor belt and I'm gonna turn to my wall, and I'm gonna grab a handle, like I've had in the past, or the hilt of a gun.
Mm-hmm.
The hilt. What do they call it? What is this part?
The handle, the grip.
The grip. Oh, a grip. Like that leathery grip that can fashion into other things. And I'm gonna reopen my leg pouch. I'm like, well, should have replaced this a long time ago. And I'm gonna look at my wall, and I'm gonna grab. There's a grappling attachment. I'm gonna hook that in there, and then. And these are standard 9mm bullets. Like the bullets are gunpowder and lead.
Yes.
Okay.
To clarify, as you are aware that Lucas has mentioned previously, there are different rounds you load in for different effects.
And I just got the.
You just have standard. You have to qualify for the other parts.
Gotta be good. Okay. And then I'm gonna. I haven't thought this through, so I'm just gonna.
So as you're working on that, you feel a portal open behind you. A gray portal in particular, as Harry walks out. What the hell are you doing?
I'm working.
Why are you destroying our...
No, I didn't destroy. I just set it aside. I was just... I don't need it yet. I haven't had an idea for it yet. I'm just setting it there. And I'm grabbing some of my own shit.
Oh, Jesus. We need to talk, Del.
Clearly. Because apparently the world's falling apart.
Do you have any coffee? Minus the whiskey.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I wait right here. You make yourself comfortable.
Harry just lays down on the ground.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's probably a safe spot. I was gonna say don't sit on the left side of that couch. And I was gonna run upstairs.
And before your feet touch the steps, you hear Harry start to snore.
Wow, that is a talent. So I creep up the rest of the steps. I don't want to wake the baby. And he wouldn't have a Keurig. He would have an old-fashioned coffee pot.
See, Del gives me French press vibes.
Oh, yes. I was like, what's more old-fashioned than a coffee maker? Yes, so I grabbed my French press and a bag of coffee, and I come back down the stairs.
You see the dogs are all up on their backs, legs up in the air, sleeping with Harry.
I go up to Russ, and I just try to scratch his little belly real quick.
I'm going to need some level of a save here. Roll face danger.
Nothing. Oh, shit.
I don't know how he drops so many die when he has a literal dice box.
It bounces. It literally bounces. That's a 4.
So with the 4, you are going to take a Stinging Pain 2 status as fiery fangs pierce into your skin or into your hand as Burr gives you flaming eyes of anger as he bites your hand. Harry springs forward and grabs your wrist. Yeah, he doesn't like when you touch his belly.
Ow!
Well.
Okay. God, I just got the one hand. Jeez.
Harry pats his stomach as Burr lets go and just kind of lays back down.
Okay. Is this just like stinging pain? Is that like permanent damage?
No.
Okay, my hand's okay.
Yeah.
Good. This is the moneymaker, okay? This is the moneymaker. And it's the coffee maker. You're welcome.
Harry does the Undertaker sit up and just... Oh, I'm sure you have questions.
Just a couple. So while I'm fixing his coffee, and there's some sort of source of water. There's a sink down here. Sure, why not? Well, there's the teapot. So I'm gonna use my little tea maker and boil some water in the teapot, and then have my little French press just waiting next to it while that heats up. All right, first of all, why am I so special to get a personal visit from you right now?
First and foremost, who gave you the badge?
I literally could not tell you because I literally do not know their name.
Did they give you any introduction to what we are?
The most introduction is what you gave me during the briefing.
Jesus Christ, where the fuck is Cooper when you need him? I don't want to deal with this shit.
I could give him a call.
I've tried.
Usually
I
does not
can't
answer my
fucking
phone.
get a hold of him either. Who knows where the fuck he is at the moment. Anyways, the inn has been established for 8 years. When the mist was brought from the world to Pandora, something had to be done to contain it, so it did not kill everybody, and that's where the inn comes into play. The inn is not responsible for containing the mist. The inn is not responsible for utilizing the mist to become more powerful. It is the inn's responsibility to keep everything in balance and peace and harmony to the best of our ability, i.e., God, I'm terrified to say this to you, personal judgment is rule number 1.
Well, I'm an excellent judge of character. So before the 8 years ago, where was the inn?
There was no inn.
Where were you?
I came from Detroit, but
And where's Detroit?
in Michigan. It's like 8 hours north of here. Have you just never left the area?
Hi. I've only ever known / remembered being here. I don't really know much about outside of here.
Got it.
So I got more questions about you, actually. So you were from Detroit.
But we're not talking about me.
Okay. And so this SCP-3812,
Yes.
it's a big deal.
If you had to like give it like some type of term, like we're talking like big bad evil guy.
And what's he want? What's his end goal? What's his
chaos.
end game?
He wants to watch the world burn, and then he'll rebuild it, and then he'll do it again.
And where was he previously?
We had him trapped in a reality. The files don't exist on how he got there, so we don't know who got him there. We don't know what happened, but he was a menace, and then he just kind of fell off the radar. I don't know, to be honest.
And I hear footsteps above me. Sorry. Is Harper coming down? Harper. She got lost. And how do we get him back to that place?
It's a good fucking question.
And I'm supposed to do that with this portal bracelet and that 9mm gun?
No, God, no. You're fucking doing reconnaissance at this point.
So
You have no qualifications to use anything that the inn has to offer. Right now, we're in fact-finding mode. I don't have a case and he pulls a file out of his breast pocket and throws it open, and it's just a single sheet. And it's just like your typical dossier. Their photo ? Name ? Age ? Date of birth ? It's just an empty sheet.
then how do you know he's so bad if your sheet's completely
At the bottom it says will destroy everything.
But how do you know that?
So you know how in school we all read those epic tales.
No, I do not remember school.
You're the most impossible person to talk to, Del.
Imagine living in this head. It's not easy. I just kind of roll with it.
Do you know who Odysseus is? Do you know who Homer is? Do you know
Simpson?
As you hear Hephaestus in the back of your mind, just like face palm.
Listen, I'm not working with a full set of cards. It's not my fault. I don't even got a full hand.
What religion do you know about?
Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior.
Think about how the devil is interpreted as like this big bad evil guy who just wants chaos to reign.
Okay.
Think about that into the grand scale of everything in the entire known universe and beyond being created by this individual for his own entertainment. And so if he
God created all that.
No. Are you a Christian, Del?
Born and raised.
That,
for some reason that stuck.
Let's just kind of move on, because I don't think this conversation is going to go to a place of understanding.
So, you want me to take down God?
I hate to break this to you, Del, but...
You want me to shoot God in the face with this?
Your religion is based off something, just like every religion is. And if you read these texts together, they all sound really fucking similar. Because they have a lot of the same talking points and just different flavor texts for their rules and stipulations. They all go back to this one big deity that's kind of in control and in reign, and the creator and the destroyer.
Right. The Father, Son, the Holy Ghost.
Sure, whatever helps you grasp this concept. It's this fucker. Except there's no Old Testament, or there's no New Testament where he promises to be good and never do evil. No, it's just fucking bears eating children and ripping people in half and causing fucking 40 days of monsoons to wipe out the earth to fucking teach them a lesson.
Those people had it coming, and so do those kids.
Jesus Christ.
They disrespected my God. And so are you. So, you better watch your tone, mister.
Smite me, O mighty smiter.
He didn't mean that. He did not mean that.
Hey, Del, you know how we have an impact on mythos, right?
In what way?
That I know that Hephaestus is inside of you. Who do you think Hephaestus is?
He's a big guy with a hammer, and he makes some cool shit.
I'm a god.
And is that a lowercase g, sir?
No. I'm the god known of Hephaestus from the Greek pantheon.
Yeah, it's one of those Greek ones. It doesn't count.
I need you to mark Fade Crack on Hephaestus.
Oh my god. No! Okay.
I'm assuming you were talking to him there and you probably just pissed him off. Del, there's no way in hell you can look at Pandora. You know what? We're not even going to go down this theological rabbit hole. Moving on. What other questions do you have, Del?
Well, you don't seem to have many answers other than, do you know what happened to Cornelius Everdelius II?
The name sounds familiar. As Harry pats down his body and pulls out a phone and begins swiping through. Oh, yeah. He's the scientist that created the dome.
Wait. What? Can I see that?
No, you don't have clearance.
Okay, read it out loud. The whole thing.
You don't have
every
clearance.
bit. That's my fucking dad. I got clearance, bro.
You don't. That's not how this works.
Okay, created what dome?
The containment of Pandora.
What?
Did you miss the part where I said the mist was everywhere and now it's just here?
There's a dome over us?
I mean, to put it like a word to it, yeah. But like it's not like a physical dome. It's like a mystical dome.
I think Harper's shit down here.
Oh no. All right.
And we're back.
I don't remember the conversation we were having. Something about Del losing his connection with Hephaestus because he just told him he's not a god. So
Del had other. I think Del was figuring out other questions that he had.
yes, for Harry.
But Harry, what? Do you know where he is? Where Cornelius Avergilius Jr. is?
That's outside your. But no, you can't know.
Fuck you, it's outside my whatever. I'm his fucking son. I want to know where he is. Where is he?
Well, when you get that classification, you can find out all this information.
Listen, now you're coming between me and family, all right? That's not something you do.
And the moment your tone changes, the three dogs jump up and begin circling Harry, growling at you.
That don't scare me much. I go over to the belt and I grab the gun.
They begin to grow in size as their forms begin to change, as they begin to form into hellhounds, getting larger and larger, their paws leaving fiery footprints in the circle of Del's workshop, as Harry just kind of leans over. Not the time, Del. There are rules and regulations. I understand. You want answers. I'm not at liberty to provide them.
But I know you got him.
I don't personally. The organization has them.
And I don't forget that. I
Del
forgot
remembers.
way too much.
And you know, I think that's a good cliffhanger to leave us on for this week's episode.
What the hell just happened?
A lot.
A lot.
So now it's time for my favorite part of the show, and that is Geek Out during credits.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much to process.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Can we have just one little connection thing at the end of the session of just
Sure.
as this showdown between Del
Yeah, what is
and
our final scene? As the credits are rolling, what is our little screen?
Post-credit scene.
Yeah.
after all of this has happened and Andresj is just kind of sitting in their own apartment trying to come to terms with the collapse of reality, the recreation of this reality, and things changing and us going past that point where things broke beyond repair. Andresj is just kind of sitting there has been sitting there for several minutes, maybe even an hour. And the first thing that they actually do after all of this is they pick up their phone and send a text to Del asking, "Hey, you good?" And that's it.
You just text Del, "Hey, you up?" WYD.
Oh,
So-
shit.
But yeah, just, "Hey, you good?" After wondering if Del will understand the loaded question just presented to him.
Find out next week.
Yeah. But
Big
yeah.
facts.
Oh, man.
T, again, can I geek out over you?
If you want to.
Like, you are the king of taking...
Escalation protocol.
Yes. Taking what we think is going to be like some normal episode, or even taking an entire campaign, what we can expect, and you just show up like lackadaisically to the episode, knowing in the back of your mind you are about to mindfuck us and irrevocably alter the trajectory of the campaign.
Technically speaking, the campaign still is what it is.
But you just nonchalantly, episode 12, after we finished 2 cases, by the way, 1.5 cases, by the way.
Yeah, we are accelerating that timeline of session 1, save the kitten, session 100, kill God. We just turned that into session 20.
And you gave Del access to the inn, clearance.
Just low level clearance. He's just a trainee.
Before we even see Cooper able to use this shit from the inn, the organization he's worked for, Del just laissez-faire fucks his way in.
That's kind of the way Del does everything.
I know, and it's just like...
Lucas can be so pissed when he comes back.
The best part is he's going to have to go back and listen to all of these to get an idea of what happened, because I'm not filling him in. He's going to have to listen to some episodes. There's too much going on to just be like,
yeah.
This is what you missed.
Clearly.
Oh,
my
man.
God. 3.
3. What the fuck, man?
Like, do you guys need to take a minute after this episode to rework your entire Mythos
Probably.
card?
Most likely. As you were gone, T was actually talking about the reality of us doing a second session today. Sorry, not for you viewers and listeners, but for us getting a second session recorded today.
Peek behind the curtain.
But yeah, we are definitely... I mean, because... At the very least, I'm guessing I don't have access to Odin's Eye anymore. And I don't think I can just have 3 cards.
You mean
3 logos, unless you're a sleeper.
No, I don't think I can have just 3 cards. I think
no.
I need a 4th card.
Correct.
So, yeah. Unless Andresj is going to be an NPC for the next little bit, we got some working to do. Oh, man.
That's amazeballs.
And to clarify, did I bring a level 100 to level 12? Maybe. Is there still a whole narrative story for us to divulge in? Yeah, absolutely. I didn't create all this shit to not be fucking explored upon. I just like causing internal conflict. It's a good little sprinkling to add to the mix. Especially when, as players, you guys are all aware of the little sprinklings, but in character, we get to watch it divulge. We get to watch it grow.
This is not you sprinkling a little bit of salt into the pan, T. This is you taking the fucking chunk of rock salt and just dropping it, shattering the pan. Fuck
It's a little salty. I'm tasting. It's actually pure salt. Is what I'm tasting.
Oh.
You might have over-salted.
I was going for some Cajun seasoning personally, but I see where you're coming from.
This is dropping the entire state of Louisiana on the pot.
It's spicy. It's spicy.
I shouldn't sound like I don't mean for this to sound like I'm complaining, because I am not. This is insane though. This is
We're really good at not allowing our knowledge to affect our characters,
and it's truly appreciated because metagame wise, you could just be like, we could just dictate behind scenes for you guys. Like, we don't communicate like, this is what this episode's going to be about. This is what we're going to do. We
tried that a little bit, and it went to shit so badly.
I bring up affect and effect often because, again, City of Mist is a brand new game. A lot of people have not played anything powered by the Apocalypse because it's only been out since 2008. So it's still a very fresh and raw system, and most people, their entry to TTRPGs is Dungeons and Dragons, which is 2 very different stories. Could we have told this story through 5e? Maybe.
Would it be a different story, though?
Exactly. And City of Mist truly allows for things that don't make sense to become reality, because again, we're just telling a tale. We're sitting at a table, we're telling a tale, and everything that's said becomes a reality. And that might not always sound like a great thing to happen, but when you have a group of collaborators like us who are just interested in telling a good story together, like this happening today was a decision I made while brushing my teeth this morning, because I realized Jeff Sitz and I have worked together enough. I can make a decision like this for Jeff Sitz, understanding that he's not going to be upset with me. He's not going to come at me like, hey, I don't agree with this decision. Jeff Sitz, just like Boser is here to tell a good story, and Jeff Sitz and I have worked across from each other as game master, DM, MC, and player enough to know we have that trust and understanding with each other. Like, hey, if we make a narrative decision, we're just going to roll with it because we're here for the tale to be told. But a plus note, though, with me making that type of decision for Jeff Sitz, because again, he could have declined this deal at any time and the story would have continued onward, but this alteration, it changes a lot, but it also doesn't change a lot, because Jeff Sitz still has the creative ability to decide what is created in this new mythos and in this new narrative that is now being unrolled out. So,
and what I was about to say was, we're really good at not letting these things affect the way our player characters play out, but you just made it really fucking hard.
But again, I can trust that I don't have to at any point worry about you guys metagaming, because you're both just as committed into this story as I am, is telling the best story we possibly can.
I know, I have a little bracelet that says WWDD. What would Dell do? And anytime that I'm like,
C,
I don't know what to do.
And it's just an arrow C below WWJD.
If Jesus was a sexual fiend. Yeah.
Right.
Listen, not to metagame too much. Jesus is in Pandora. Whether you find them or not is up to you. So,
man.
Abdel has a new mission. A mission he's always had. Woo!
Fun fact, this is all about helping Boser refine Christianity. Anyways, thanks for coming.
Good luck.
Anyways, that's
Mom?
it for...
Is that you?
Anyways, that's it for this week's episode of City of Mist. Title coming in 3 weeks when this episode is uploaded. Because I don't name shit. That's what I have Jeff Sitz for, and I'm so fucking thankful for it.
So thankful. I see that you did not take my suggestion for this past week, but that's fine.
No, sorry, I did not go with any variation of coming together.
But Boser will be back on Monday with another episode or another Geek Out session. Will I be with him? I don't know. I don't know who our guest in 3 weeks is. I don't plan my life that far ahead. T-Streams will be back on Wednesday, streaming whatever gives me dopamine that day. We'll find out together. I don't fucking know. And then again, TTRPG Thursdays is City of Mist at the moment. How long will this story go? Fuck if I know. Until we stop having fun with it. And then
Never.
And then when that happens, then Jeff Sitz gets to bring in a new story, or maybe we'll have Boser be the game head for a little while. Cause
honestly, at this point,
I feel like Jeff Sitz and I would cause some mayhem and havoc, and I want to experience that together.
Okay, I'm saying it right now. Next campaign, I'm DM.
Yeah. But until next time, I'm T.
I'm Boser.
I'm emotionally charged.
And you guys just keep geeking
out.
Ah.
Love you
Bye.
all. Take care.